Bhaviti karmano muktehe ahetutvam sputam yataha. So I hope you thought of the ideas we shared. Just play with the idea and see the truth of it. Because as very nicely Shankara says, Vadantu Sastrani, Yajantu Devan, whether you go on speaking the scriptures or Pathantu Sastrani, go on reading various books. Kurvantu Karmani, you can get yourself involved in so many different types of activities. Yajantu Devan, go on worshipping gods. Bhajantu Devata, go on praying and praising the gods in so many words. All these activities are not going to liberate the individual because the person is not aware of himself. Here the problem is that of ignorance and knowledge. When I am unhappy, listen carefully, I am unhappy, I am feeling mortal, bound, limited, it is not because of something outside. Are you getting that point? You must see it very clearly. This feeling of mortality, feeling of unhappiness, feeling of fear, feeling of anxiety, feeling of limitation, is not because of an object outside. This is something because I am not aware of myself. It is a matter of ignorance and knowledge. I am not aware of myself, because of which I have taken myself to be what all I am not. And thereby have dragged the limitation of the object on myself. When somebody asks me, who are you? I say, I am rich. So I am dragging the riches unto myself. The riches have no sense of I. Your 1,000 acres of land, 100 cars, 200 horses, what you call as the material riches, they don't have any sense of individuality. I say I am rich with a very precious diamond. The diamond doesn't feel rich. I say with the body, I am a man or woman, child or young or old, aging or dying. But body has no such feeling. Body doesn't feel aged. Body doesn't feel mortal. Body doesn't feel limited. Because deho na janati, body does not know. Same thing also your sense organs. Sense organs do not demand to see or hear or taste or touch or smell. I am fulfilling the demand of my own to see through the eyes. I want to hear a music, I fulfill that demand through my ears. I want to touch something or somebody, I want to fulfill that demand of touch through my physical body, my sense of touch. I want to eat something, I want to fulfill that demand through my tongue to experience that taste. I have an obsession for a particular fragrance. I want to fulfill that dream of mine to experience that fragrance through my nose. So these instruments do not demand any satisfaction. Like your car doesn't demand the thrill of speed. Are you getting that point? You must see it clearly. If you do not see it, you go crazy. Very, very simple observation. Do not make a big deal out of it. Simple thing you understand, you don't worry about anything. You know, these religious complications, secular arguments, all these meaningless, meandering speeches, it means nothing. Go straight to the jugular, as they say, go straight to the point. Just like any hospital, when you go to a hospital, go to a doctor, the right doctor does the right diagnosis. One who can diagnose the disease correctly can help you to cure. At least find a cure. Other day, one young IAS officer, 47, 48-year-old in Odisha, had a massive brain stroke and he passed away. But when he reached the hospital, they are treating him, they are doing everything for his heart because they thought it is a heart disease, it is sort of a heart failure. After a few hours, they take a scanning and then discover it's a brain stroke, brain thing. Who knows? Maybe the precious 2 hours were lost. Who knows? I mean, we may not know. When my stomach is upset, if you are treating my kidney, what will happen to me? Like you go to some dentist. Your left molar is in trouble, he removes your right molar. How do you like it? How do you like it? Your one left side tooth is wrong and he removes the right side tooth. How do you like it? The problem continues, but you think you have been treated. The problem continues. Like that, when we go with our problems, so people try to solve our financial problem, physical problem, emotional problem, but you completely forget I am the problem. The body becomes a problem because I don't know about myself. Riches become a problem because I don't know how to handle it. It's like the car is in a perfect condition. The driver is drunk, but you are fixing the car. You go on fixing the car, go on fixing the engine, go on fixing every part of the car, vehicle, when the driver is drunk. The I is drunk because he doesn't know anything about himself. But you are fixing the sense organs, punishing the physical body. I am starving, I am fasting, I am doing this puja, that puja. I am going on a pilgrimage, I am offering this, I am offering that. I am giving charity to everybody. You can give charity to everybody. That will not solve anybody's problem. Because it has, having the enormous wealth, he has not solved your problem. By giving little charity, you think it will solve the other person's problem? What type of idea God only knows. You will have a sense of satisfaction that I have given something to somebody. But the other person, yes, he may have little food, nothing wrong. Anyway, friends, please think. Where is the problem? I is the problem. Therefore, Vina Atmaikya Bodhena Vina, without this knowledge of yourself, who you are, and is one with the absolute infinity, there is no chance of liberation. Why is it so? He quotes a scripture. In Brihadaranyaka Shruti it comes. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, where Yajnavalkya teaching his, both his spouses, that is Yajnavalkya, Gargi and Maitreyi. So he was married, and when he wanted to leave for the forest, he gives them, divides his wealth equally between his two wives, and he wants to go to the forest. Both the wives were very, very, naturally he is also a wise man, so his wives were also very smart people. And they asked very clearly, he said, look, you are there and wealth you are there. Okay, we can't say we are happy, we can't say we are happy. Okay, we are not unhappy, but we can't say we are happy. Now you are living and just leaving the wealth behind it to be distributed between two of us. Now, will that wealth give us what you are looking for? You are looking for immortality, absolute happiness. So you are going for contemplation, life of contemplation. Now, will that wealth give me that? Very clearly she asked, Tenaham amrutashyam kim? He asked this question. Tena, vittena, you are leaving behind the wealth for us. Tena, vittena, by that wealth, aham amrutashyam kim? Shall I become immortal? Look at the question the wife asks. What height of intelligence. And of course the husband cannot tell a lie to the wife. He says, no. Amrutatyasana asasti vittena iti shruti, the first line. Amrutatyasana asasti. There is no hope of immortality. Asha nasti. No hope of immortality. Amrutatyasya. There is no hope of immortality. Vittena iti, with the wealth. This should be the graffiti, universal graffiti, around the world, in every airport, in every business center, in every place around the world. This should be the graffiti. Amrutasana asasti vittena iti. There is no hope of immortality with the wealth. There is a hope of comfort with the wealth. Write down that also. Because when you say there is no hope of immortality with the wealth, people think wealth is dismissed from all angles. No. Wealth shall provide us security, relative comfort. Food shall not make you immortal. But if you don't eat food, you will quickly be mortal. That should be understood. So don't dismiss, oh, by eating food alone, nobody lives. All right, drop food, what happens to you? Let's see. These are the idealistic, like chewable objects. You chew it too long time, everybody prattles. That the man doesn't live by bread alone. All right, leave the bread. You don't live by bread alone, but without bread you will be dead. You will not be there to talk about anything. So keep yourself alive with food. Immortality, look for it in yourself. Use your wealth to keep us protected. Without wealth, how are you going to build this fancy house? You don't need a fancy house to live. You need a house. But for that house also, you need some wealth. To go from a place to place, you need wealth. So don't dismiss wealth. Wealth as a source of relative security, yes. Wealth as a source of absolute security, no. There is no hope of immortality. There is no money can keep you alive forever. Amritatasana asasti vittena iti. Therefore they asked, what is that something you are looking for? Give us. And they give us that knowledge. A story goes, one day a person had a nice dream. In a dream he had met somebody, like a monk. Next morning when he wakes up, he sees the monk walking into the village. He could not believe, my God, this man I had seen in my dream, somebody like him. And he gave me something in a dream. So he went and asked him, Maharaj, last night I had a dream, as though you were coming, somebody just like you was coming, and you got a stone on the way, and you gave it to me. He said, then this stone must be meant for you. But when I was coming, I found this stone on the road, I picked it up. This must be meant for you. You take it. He gave it to him. And this person takes it to a jeweler. And what he hears, he almost faints. It's a king's ransom. Millions and millions of rupees. Then he straight away comes back. He's stunned. He comes back and meets the sadhu monk and says, please take it back. Then he said, why son? Was it not good enough for you? Is it not a nice one? He said, no. It is too nice. It's too rich. You take it back. What shall I do? I don't know what to do with it. Because he doesn't have that type of mind, sort of greedy. He is still not greedy. He said, please take it back. He said, no. You had a dream. You saw somebody giving it to you. I only picked it up. But it was meant for you. So you take it and go. He said, that is the catch. What is that something? You must have some riches with you, because of which you can sacrifice this very, very precious stone just like that. What is that? Can you give it to me? You understand the amazing language? Because you are satisfied. Are you getting that? You are just so happy, satisfied with yourself. Something is with you, because of which even the king's ransom means nothing to you. You hand it over the riches and go away. What is that? I want. Same thing, Yajnavalkya's wife told him. What is that something? For in search of which you are going? He shares with them Brahma Vidya, absolute knowledge. The knowledge is absolutely essential. Why? Because immortality is yourself. You are ignorant of it. All these things you have seen our talked over the classes. I just touch it and pass on. Happiness is yourself. It is not inside or outside. Remember the statement. Therefore, somebody who is looking for happiness outside, if you call him extrovert, person is looking for inside, you call him introvert. Usually, if the secular person is extrovert person, a so-called religious person is introvert. Wisdom is neither secular nor religious. A wise person, when he is aware of himself, as comfortable with religious doctrines, that comfortable with the secular principles. Both are fine. You can use your thoughts, you can use the objective world. That is because you are aware of yourself. You are no more looking for happiness either within or without, but you are seeing it in yourself. So this is a matter of ignorance. I, not knowing myself, looking for happiness. Just like remember this 10th man story, just like, remember another, just take this example. I am, before coming to my class here, I was just sitting down in a particular posture and I was getting ready. Coming out, one day it happened. Coming out, I suddenly touched where is my mala? My Rudraksh. Where is my Rudraksh? Oh my God, the class is getting delayed. What am I do? I'm looking. I said, where it is? I started looking. Listen, I started looking. I'm desperate. Because time is running out. I'm desperate. Then the boy who was looking after my things, I come back, I said, have you seen the mala? Did you see somewhere? I thought he might have kept it somewhere, Then he smiles. I said, what are you smiling? I have time, I have to go to the class. He said, Swamiji, it is on your neck. I said, where on earth? Oh, it has gone to this level. Instead of here, it was here. That example I gave that day in the class. I am the owner of the mala. Are you getting that point? I am the owner of the mala. But I am looking for it. Why? Why the owner of the mala is looking for the owner of the mala? I am the owner. Why am I looking? Because I don't know that I am the owner. Are you getting that point? I don't know. So ignorance creates the distance between myself and myself. I am the owner, yet I don't know I am the owner. Are you getting that? Now this ignorance, how will it go away? Will it go by any action? Will it go by any action? The more I search, please understand, this is the ultimate point. You must see this thing. This is the jewel. The moment I start searching, I deny that I am the owner. Are you getting that point? This is the ultimate, the riddle, enigma, the jumble. The moment I look for it, I deny that I am the owner of it. And in order to get it, not only I am looking for it, but I am doing something. Now what am I doing? I am digging the hole all over ashram. I am digging it up, looking for mala. Ashram will be dug. In the process, I may find something else, but mala I will not get. I am climbing the mountain. If I go climbing the mountain, yes, I will have different views, but mala I will not get. Are you getting that? If I go round the hill, so many other things I shall see, but I will not get the mala. Exactly the same way, please understand. I am the happiness. Any moment of happiness, I am with myself. Not knowing it, if I start looking for happiness outside or inside, in the process, we may discover many more things, but the happiness you shall not be. Are you getting that point, please? When more you are working, looking for happiness, you may get many things. All the man has discovered today is in search of infinity, in search of happiness, in search of immortality. They want to be happy. How many various dishes you create? Why? Not only to eat, but to eat and be happy. How many varieties of clothes you put on? How many varieties of vehicles? What is the entertainment industry? As much movie is an entertainment industry, as much the music is an entertainment industry, that much religious is another entertainment industry. Happiness industry is that multi-trillion-dollar industry. Happiness industry. Are you getting that point? Happiness industry. You call it entertainment industry. So entertainment, how many varieties of entertainment? Religious entertainment, secular entertainment, and among the secular entertainment, music, dance, different, which caters to your sensation of different kinds. Some provide you perfumes of 100 million kinds, hundreds of kinds. Perfumery. How many $1 million, business it is? Food, let us not talk about it. $1 trillion industry. Sight, oh boy. Not only the sights of natural sights all over the world, but also artificial sights like movies and other things that you create. Then touches, ultimate investment. You shall invest like the King of England did, abdicated his throne for the sake of his lover, because he loved that lady, the divorcee, which the royalty is not supposed to marry. Gave up the throne for that touch. When you say, I wanted to marry her, for what? To keep her and look at her. Huh? You want to touch. You understand? No, please see that. These two things, touch and taste, drives the humanity crazy. Ravana destroyed the whole Lanka for Sita. Helen of Troy, the face that launched 1,000 ships. Padmini, in our local Indian thing, Alauddin Khilji, destroyed. One woman, one man. Just think. The whole history. For what? Touch. I want to touch her, touch him, be with her, be with him. You can sacrifice everything. What did this Prince of Kathmandu did? The father said, nothing to it. You can't marry that girl. So, he's gone down everybody, including himself. Touch. So, a huge industry around that. Think of it. Then you come, sound. Should we talk about it? Music. How many $1 billion industry the music is? All in search of happiness. How much more you can discover? Many more things to come. Don't worry. But happiness you will not get. Like in search of mala, in search of my Rudraksh, I can go on digging the whole ashram. In the process, maybe pumpkin will grow. But mala will not come. That is how. Many different things you get. And people lose themselves in those surprise gains in life. The person thinks, maybe that will solve my problem. That will not. Why? The reason is in the next line. Braviti karmano muktehe ahetutvam sphutam yataha. Karmanaha muktehe ahetutvam sphutam. Sphutam means it is absolutely clear. Like daylight. That karmanaha muktehe ahetutvam. Karma, action, ahetu, cannot be ever the cause, the means by which you can get mukti, liberation, freedom. You cannot do something to be free. Listen, if a particular action can make you free, in the absence of that action, you shall be bound. To be free, you cannot do something. Are you getting that point, please? Already explained to you so elaborately in the Tattva classes. To be free, to be happy, you cannot do something. What makes you happy? Listen. Why are you happy? Weather is beautiful. Weather changes, happiness changes. Why are you happy? Lot of money. Money goes, happiness goes. Why are you happy? You're daily, I'm jogging 10 minutes. You cannot jog anymore, happiness goes. Why are you happy? I'm holding my nose. Can't hold your nose. Why are you happy? I'm meditating every day, half an hour sitting down. You can't sit down anyway. Your happiness goes away. A little growth comes at your bottom, your pain, that you can't sit down. So your meditation is finished forever. Because you think meditation is sitting down on your bottom, right? Or closing my eyes. You can't close your eyes because you have conjunctivitis. Permanently closed or there is pain. Are you getting that? Please understand. Meditation is none of this activity. Happiness is none of this activity. That is your nature. No action can make you happy. If there is a reason for your happiness, you shall be an unhappy man in life. That is why nobody can make you happy. You understand this false promise of the lovers and the beloved? Those who promise, I shall hand over the moon to you. I'll hand over this baby, this diamond, this that one, this that one. All these promises. I shall make you happy in your life. You really will make me happy. The promise is spoken word. I shall make you happy. The unspoken word is, if you shall in turn make me happy. That is the unspoken word. The spoken word is, oh, if you are with me, I love you so much. Only if you are with me, I'll bring everything for you. I'll build an empire for you. I can give up anything for your sake. To make you happy, I shall do anything. That is the spoken word. What is the unspoken word? Only if you give me what I want. That is the unspoken word. And you pay such a wonderful price for it, oh God. You are not the first one to tread that path. Millions before have you tread on that, and they have learned their lesson. And those people who have not traveled that path, they also are miserable. They बताते हैं in हिंदी में, दिल्ली का लड्डू जो खाया है वो पछता है, जो नहीं खाया वो भी पछता है. दिल्ली का लड्डू, in Delhi there is a sweet they make, laddu. In wood they make that laddu. Like in a wood, piece of wood, they'll make exactly looking like a laddu. One who takes it and eats it, breaks his tooth. He is miserable. One who cannot purchase it, he is also miserable. He thinks he is losing out on something. One who doesn't eat is miserable. One who eats also is miserable. Same thing in life. People who earn money, miserable. Those who don't have money, miserable. Man who is married, miserable. The man who is not married, miserable. The person who is having all the riches, miserable. The person who is poor, miserable. Miserable. Stupid. The person who is doing religious practices, of course, horribly miserable. One who is not doing it, he thinks he is losing out on a lot of holy activities. He is also miserable. No. The point is, you cannot do something in order to be happy. It is the distance between me and myself is because of ignorance. I must know. Jnanam, knowledge must be gained. I must know about myself, who I am. Okay? Okay, having told this, now he says, alright, then how do I get this knowledge? Come on, read it. Ato vimukti prayateta vidwan sanyastavahyartha sukhaspuruhasanne santam mahantam samupetya deshikam tenopadishtartha samahitatma ato vimuktयै prayateta vidwan sanyastavahyartha sukhaspuruhasanne santam mahantam samupetya deshikam tenopadishtartha samahitatma. Okay, to get this knowledge, what should I do? Now he gives you the ways of what you should do. Ato vimuktei prayateta vidwan. Ataha, therefore, vidwan, if you are a smart, intelligent person, discriminative person, vimuktei prayateta, may you struggle, may you strive for vimukti. Look for liberation. Vimuktei prayateta. Look for freedom, look for liberation in yourself. How do I look for myself, how do I look it in myself? First, sanyasta vayartha sukhaspuruha sanne. This is the first condition he put. Beautiful. First, you must understand that sanyasta samasta vayartha sukhaspuruha. Sanyasta by renouncing, by understanding that Bahya Sukha Spruha, Bahyartha Sukha Spruha. In the Bahya Artha, in the external sense object, there is no sense of pain or pleasure. So long I have been knocking at the wrong doors for happiness. This is your number one conviction. Long before you start the journey towards yourself, long before you look for where the happiness is, first be convinced where the happiness is not. Are you getting that point, please? Long before you appreciate. Okay? Just look for it. Long before you appreciate where the happiness is, first be convinced where the happiness is not. In Bahya Artha, in the external sense subject, definitely there is no happiness. Listen carefully. Therefore, don't dismiss the world. The car is my problem. The car has a particular purpose to solve. It will take me from distances. It will take me from place to place. It will not give me happiness. Water will quench my thirst. It will not give me happiness. Food will keep me alive. It will not give me happiness. But do not, just because it doesn't give you the happiness, therefore don't dismiss it completely from your life. Are you getting that point? Very, very important. Why do I go for a job? Listen, remember the argument. Why do I go for education? For the sake of the job. Why do I go for the job? For the sake of money. Why do you go for the money? For the sake of things. Why do you want everything in life? For the sake of happiness. Right? Listen. If you have the job, you don't need education. Right or wrong? By virtue of being the son of your father, if you are next managing director, even if you don't study too much, you are next managing director. So that usually such fellows will be useless. They will college dropouts, but they will be sitting as the chairman of the company. He is the son of his father. What to do? Okay. If you have the money, will you look for a job? For what? You have other guys to handle your money. Say, okay, look at my estate. You do what you want to do. Leisurely millionaires. If you have the things in your life, all things at your disposal, will you require the money? No. With that, the logic stops. Don't extend it further. If you say, if you are a happy man, you don't need anything. That is the biggest mistake. Huge flaw. The terrible mistake we have committed in our lives. Listening to this type of discourses. If you are a happy man, when you are happy with yourself, you don't need anything or anybody in life. Wrong. For your happiness, you don't need anything. For your sustenance, you need everything. Are you getting that point? Please, you must see. Then only it will be the most practical approach to life, or else you will be miserable. For your happiness, you don't need anything. By chance, you depend on, if you say, I'll be very happy if I get a million. Are you the first one to be a millionaire? There are billionaires, man. They have not been happy. For your happiness, you don't need anything. But for your sustenance, you need everything. So, previously when I was looking for happiness in a relationship, in an object, in a riches, in education, in information, in various types of practices, now I am tired of it. Even after I looked for it, even after I achieved so much heights in my life, yet there is no happiness. Therefore, sanyasta vayartha sukha spruhasam. Completely now, I am now tired, exhausted. I completely understand the limitation that vaya artha, external sense object, will not give me sukha. Therefore, no spruha. I have no intention in looking for happiness outside. Listen, the moment you have this determination, this decision, this firm conviction that the external objects do not give me happiness, tell me which thought will now bother you? Which object can now bother you? If I don't see happiness in an object, can I be worried about that object? Does it have any attraction for me? Why was I getting attracted for an object? Because I thought that object will give me happiness. Therefore, the thought goes on bugging you. Woo, woo, woo. The moment I know it is no more, that is not going to give me happiness. So where shall I go? The moment all those things stops, you are automatically with yourself. The person goes, he wants to understand, the teacher says, you want to understand? It is the sound of one hand. You make it a big Jain koan. Sound of one hand means what? Can you hear the sound of one hand? You can't. Why? It's not a sound. So the student goes for listening to sound of one hand because he has listened to the sound, no habitual search. He comes back and says, what is the sound of one hand? It's like the fall of a water, it's like a waterfall. The teacher says, no. The falls, the flute in the midnight, calling up a animal, baby. When he removes all the sounds, what all it is not, he remains with sound of one hand. Meaning silence. That is what in Upanishads, the Vedas, in Vedic, in a yogic literature, they call it anahat sabda. Anahat sabda means what? Unstruck sound. Literal translation. Anahata. Na ahata. Hata means struck. Hata. Han, to strike. Hata. Ahata. Very well struck. Very well struck. Anahata. Na ahata. Unstruck. When it's unstruck, what sound is that? So if somebody says, Swami, when I'm sitting down in meditation, I'm a yoga enthusiast. When I sit down in meditation, I listen to some flute. What do you think of it? Go and check your ears. I'm listening to Gongur. Gongur, that payal. I'm listening to Krishna or Radha is walking around me. Oh, you are going nuts. Go to some psychiatry hospital. But this is the imagination. Again, these are the things that is fed to people. There are other people, I can see a light around you. Something wrong with your eyes? Physically, how are you going to see some light around you, which is not existing? But people make it a specialized spiritual enlightening experience. And everybody is looking for special enlightenment, special illumination. That is where you go crazy. The gurus drive you bonkers. Why? Because you are sold on it. They may well make a cool profit, million. Because, understand, this is where you are taken for a ride. Anahat sabda is an unstruck sound. There is not a sound. It's a total silence. So what all it is not, when you understand, now you are with yourself. The teacher points out. So when you say, where is your happiness? Nowhere outside. Nowhere in any object. If it is not in the object, can it be in the thought? Take it logically. If it is not in the object, can it be in the thought of the object? Cannot be. Are you getting that? If there is no happiness in the food, in the photograph of the food, can there be happiness? In a living person, a man or woman in front of you sitting down, you are touching that person. If there is no happiness, the photograph will look at it. Oh, are you crazy? If a guy looking at a photo, a man who looks at a photo of a woman or a woman looks at a photo of a man and being so happy, imagine, you shall laugh at him. What you say? He's nuts. How can he cry over a photo? What are you doing? Sitting down, closing your eyes, crying over photos of all types. All your thoughts are what? Moments frozen in time. Every thought is a frozen moment. If this is in a bromide paper, that is in consciousness. If the object cannot give it, the food cannot satisfy you, doesn't give you pleasure. The picture of food will give it to you. If a man or woman doesn't satisfy you, the photo will satisfy you. Imagine all thoughts in your head. So neither you are dependent on the object, tangible, nor you are dependent on thoughts, intangible. Okay, after that what is left out? Only yourself. Are you getting that? So when you go with this type of mind, santam mahantam samupetya deshikam tenopadishtartha samahitatma. At such a time, you go to somebody looking for this knowledge. I know where it is not. No thought is not, no object can give happiness, no thought can give happiness. Then what? Go to the teacher. Santam mahantam samupetya deshikam. Deshikam, teacher, one who shows you the reality. Deshika. This to show. The one person who shows you the reality, going to such a teacher who is Santam Mahantam. Santa means one who has discovered the Sat, the absolute consciousness. Mahantam, one who has discovered the Mahan Atma, that is all pervasive. When you go to that teacher, Tena Upadishta, revealed by him, taught by him, instructed by him. And what does the teacher instruct you? He doesn't say, I shall give you happiness. He says, you are happiness. There is no future tense in happiness. There is no future in happiness. There is only one present. He shall not say, I shall give you. I shall give you. I can't give you because you are it. And that is what Tena Upadishta, he shows it to you. You are the happiness. Once you see that, already your mind is free from every type of wrong ideas. Everything is gone. So Tena Upadishta, when you are instructed by him, he reveals the truth. Samahita Atma, Samahita Antakarana. You fall back on yourself once for all. True. Because in any moment of happiness, I am with myself. You take into account one moment of your happiness. Think. Just take one. I've done it a million times. I'm doing it a millionth and one also. Remember any moment of happiness, whatever it is. It can be because of a sound, because of a touch, because of a taste, because of a smell, because of a sight. Have you been happy, relaxed for a moment in your life? If you say yes, that shall be your gateway. Have you been ever happy in life? Yes. When? When I was eating a chocolate. Okay, good enough. From chocolate, how can I go to divine happiness? You make a difference between divine and mundane. Scriptures don't make it. Don't worry. When I was watching a movie, I was very happy. That shall be your access point. Don't worry. In any moment of happiness, you are with yourself. Start from the outside. There's a drum beat going on at a distance. So all the time, noise, drum, drum, drum. And when you say, stop it. Now suppose some fellow stops that drum beat, you know. How do you feel? Oh. Now what are you enjoying? The drum beat was creating misery. When the drum beat goes away, where do you find your relief? In silence, right? Other fellow is shouting, you are an idiot, you are a rascal, you are a rogue, your father is a rogue, mother is a rogue, your great grandfather is a rogue, everywhere. Shut up! The fellow keeps quiet. Thinking, the madman has stopped his ranting. Now where do you find your happiness? Silence, right? What is the difference between the silence after the drum beat and the silence after ranting? Sounds are different. Silence is Exactly same way. One was going crazy. I want to hear that music. I want to touch that man or woman. I want to eat that food. I want to taste this. I want to see that. I want to touch it. I want to smell this. The moment you fulfill that desire, what happens to you? Whom you are looking for, she or he is around. Oh, you want to listen to music, you got that music. Oh, so beautiful. You want that food and you got it. What happens? Matching. The thought is crazy, object comes. When the thought and object match, thought disappears. You are with yourself. Continuously you are matching. Why the child cry? The child is crying for the thought of the mummy. The child is crying for the mummy. Meaning what? Crying for the mummy means the thought is bothering. Thought. Mummy, 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 mummy. And you are coming and showing your face. Show this flower and show this toy and so many things. Nothing is matching. So the baby goes on, pain, 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 he goes on crying. That time is, I don't know what to do. Because you don't understand why is he crying for. Can you see his thought? You can't. But you are desperately trying to match his thought. Imagining what all you can imagine. But he has only mommy's face in the head. You are showing toys, you are showing, making faces, you are making everything. Nothing matches. Mommy comes, what happens? Whew. In a second he stops. Why? Matched. You know what we are doing? Grown-up babies, all of us. All of us are grown-up babies trying to match our thought with the world. And how the advertisers drive you crazy? They create the picture and then you have to match. You understand? You think these advertisers are giving you charity? All these guys in the football match, cricket match, all these, all over these world premieres, everywhere Samsung, Sony, video, what is that? LG, all that, Nokia, Nike, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, all these guys, billions of dollars they are spending, charity. No, they are creating the picture in your head so that you are driven absolutely crazy to match it. 30 inches, not enough. 35 inches. Not enough, 40 inches. Not enough, 50 inches. Not enough, 70 inches. No, whole wow. The TV people drive you crazy, right? Shoes people, oh boy. Air shoe, this shoe, technical shoe, the shoes with there is a noise and a light also. Huh? What a whole varieties of things they put up. And the features. How many features of a cell phone? How many features? Just cut up one feature and put it down also in the advertisement. Model number X, X1, X2, Y1, Z2, Z4. Oh boy. So then you are comparing. Whatever, Nokia, yes. But Z1 or X, if it is X, something, I don't know. Because you don't want to say that you have got a lesser model. The other fellow who has got the highest model, oh, this is Nokia Z4. And the moment you say that, you have scored over others, now they are miserable. Why? Nothing matches. So today's world, we are creating artificial poverty. Are you getting that? When you are creating fantastic pictures in the head, and you cannot match that pictures with the world, how do you feel? Miserable. Like a communist driving you crazy. First he tell you, to be rich, you should have a swimming pool, you should have a house, you should have 2 cars. Do you have a house? No. Do you have a car? No. Do you have a swimming pool? No. Your boss, the employer, does he have a car? Yes. Does he have not a car, 2 cars, 3 cars? A swimming pool? Yes. Does he have a house? 3 houses. So, he is rich. He has exploited you. Yes, kill him. This is how trade union functions. Make the people, drive the people crazy. Artificial poverty. Are you getting that point, please? Because that is why education drives us crazy. Because education gives us an access to these pictures. And thereafter you have to satisfy it. An ordinary man, ordinary lady from the village goes to purchase a sari. How long it takes? 2 minutes. The brightest in the shop he picks up and comes. Bright pink, bright red, bright yellow. Ah, 50 rupees, go. Now you go to your shop. You are an educated person, sensitive, color sensitive. It should be reddish, brownish, greenish, yellowish, white. Oh boy. And how much? 50,000 rupees. Money doesn't matter, but I want brownish, reddish, greenish, yellowish, blue. 100,000 rupees. Money doesn't matter. Oh boy, you understand? And for that one fancy cloth, you have to go around for 20. You can drop dead by shopping. Why? It doesn't match. So all our education, is it for giving us happiness or creating trouble? It is only creating fantastic trouble. Our great-grandfathers, they were also alive without all these fancy things. Did they not live? They also lived. Hey, therefore it doesn't mean I don't say that. Hey, have it. You can afford one whole, like a IMAX theater in your house. Have it. Who says not? But don't cry over it. You can have 10 Ferraris parked on your garage. Have it. But don't ever say 100 Ferraris will give you happiness. And there is no such. Na asas, there is no hope of happiness in the object. But object has their uses. So when you thus see very clearly that neither the object nor the thoughts can give me happiness, now you are already with yourself. The teacher also doesn't give you happiness. Only tena upadishta. He points it out. And when he points out, oh, in any moment of happiness I am with myself. Yes. How true, oh my God. As long as you are equating happiness with sensation, that long you shall be miserable. For the modern educated person, they are hanged with this information that you are equating happiness with a sensation. The food, a sensation, touch, a sensation, sight, a sensation. If you can't have that sensation, you are unhappy. And a religious person also, those religious guys, understand those so-called religious people who make enlightenment, awakening, understanding of one sense of another sensation. A light, a sound, a touch, one shivering, one bright light, some type of a imaginary, mysterious experience of some kind. You are always attempting to have that sensation of some kind or other. You are destroyed. No. Go to the teacher, find out yourself. And when you do that, first know where it is not. If you know where it is not, listen carefully. Where it is becomes easy to grasp. In fact, you are there with it. When I say, what is space? Listen carefully. What is space? No form. Not even a house, no. Mountain, no. Tree, no. Stones, no. Sand, no. Planets and stars, no. What have you left out? What is silence? Absence of sound, don't speak. Stupid. Flute, no. Birds call, no. Absence of sound, no. Absence of sound is absence of sound. Absence of sound is not silence. Are you getting that point? It's too smart statement. I'm speaking to you, talking to you, talking to you, talking to you. Now I'm not talking to you. When, understand, if you are enjoying my not talking to you, you shall be afraid the moment I start talking to you. Are you getting that point? Absence of sound is not silence. Silence is in the presence of sound. Silence is and the sound is not. Sound is potential in my tongue. I am speaking. The sound remains potential in not speaking. But silence is not my speaking or not speaking. Are you getting that point? The speech is potential in my tongue. You understand the point? You understand the point? The speech is potential in my tongue. I shout. I shout at you. Now you stop talking. Thereby keeping the sound potential in my tongue. Silence. Can I create silence? I can only create sound, and I can stop producing sound. But silence I cannot create. Are you getting that point? I cannot produce silence. I can produce only sound. I can stop producing sound. I can produce a thought. I can stop producing a thought. Consciousness. Self. Understand. So, Tena Upadishta. Therefore, you better understand these things. And for that, you have to help yourself. Teacher only can point out. Read the next one. Uddhared atmanatmanam magnam sansara varido yogarudhattvamasadye samyak darshana nisthaya uddhared atmanatmanam magnam samsara varido yogarudhattvamasadye samyak darshana nisthaya. So you want to do that? You want to understand yourself? Uddharet atmana atmanam. Atmanam atmana uddharet. Lift yourself by yourself. Don't say, Guru Maharaj will come and lift me. That is where the spiritual world has gone absolutely crazy. I have surrendered at the feet and he will take care of me. He is there. I am here. Why are you worried? You know, there are some religious statements like that. I am here. He has come to release you. Rubbish. Nobody can give the happiness to me if it is not mine. And by chance somebody gives it to you. If it was not with you, somebody has given it to you. He gets angry, he will take it back. Are you getting that point? That is why people are afraid of being cursed. Oh, if my guru curses me, can he? Can he? Nobody can curse you. Listen carefully. If you bless yourself, nobody can curse you. And if you have cursed yourself, nobody can lift you. Nobody can rescue you. If you think, I'm so stupid, you shall be lovely, you shall be stupid. You have enthroned yourself in a throne of stupidity. I am Mr. Stupid. Enjoy the emperorship. And if you have decided, nobody can touch me, nobody can touch you. You can touch my body, touch my mind, let me see. I don't have to be a wise man for that. You look at yourself. You think somebody can touch your mind unless you are willing? If that can happen, then you don't need more than one class for understanding this truth. In one class, I can get into your head, fix it and get out. But you listen to me. Whatever I say, you listen. But Swamiji, whatever says right, but I have to live my life, Yes, of course, yes. Some people enjoy being miserable. What can you do to them? If there is no misery, they feel uncomfortable. It's like the fisherwoman. One who deals with fish and dry fish, Karavadu. Deals with fish and, dry fish. So, you cannot sleep unless there is that dry fish basket nearby somewhere. The stink must be there. Then only it is pleasurable. You take away and put jasmine. Aisho, what type of smell is this? Ignorant person is like that. Some people are so miserable, they wallow in misery. If there is problem, there is misery, they feel comfortable. Life has a meaning. I think there is a movement. If there is no misery, then what, what type of life is this? Suddenly there is nothing. Some people are like that. Please understand, nobody can touch you. Uddharet atmana atmanam sansara magnam sansara varidho. Sansara varidho magna. In the ocean of sansara varidi, varidi is ocean. In the ocean of samsara, all of us find ourselves continuously drowning. Drowned, no problem. Surfaced, no problem. Drowning, problem. You are suppose drowned, dead, no problem. Swimming, no problem. Problem is, I think I am now breathing, again goes. Now you think you are finished forever, again you come back, a little hope. Hopeless, hope. Hopeless, hope. Hopeless, hope. That is samsara. In a relationship, have you seen? Suppose in a relationship, especially when you are quoting somebody, a girl or a boy, when you quote somebody, sometimes he will give a very consenting smile. Yes. How do you feel? Oh, hopes brighten up. Nothing doing. Oh, down. Smile. Oh, I think she likes me. I think he loves me. Another time, no, he doesn't. Because he is doing the same thing to others also. I don't think he likes me. Then you get a flower. Oh, I think he loves me. You get a phone call. I think she loves me. Come. Then you work with that proposition. Now he suddenly says, no, not available. Oh, no. That is where known as the samsara varidi. Yes, no. Yes, no. Suppose you say final, you say, nothing doing. I am not available for you. Finish. Or I am yours. No problem. But sometimes yours, sometimes not yours. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. How beautiful. You can make people dance. You understand the point? This is samsara vari. Swamiji, the job is coming into my hand. When I go to grab it, it's gone. The contract was always already dotted line. I was signing. Everything is full. Just signing, withdrawn. Samsara vari. $431. I got the 4 correct, 3 correct, that 1 I become 0. Ayyo, I lost the jackpot. Samsara varidi. 1 number. Consolation prize. Right? Understand? All of us. Samsara varidhu magna. And who shall protect you? Atmanam atmana uddharet. You better see these tricks of this world. This is how the world moves. Other people shall promise you, shall deny you. That is human world. Sense-object world doesn't promise you. You see happiness there and you feel disappointed. The rose doesn't say that I give you pleasure. You find pleasure in rose. The gold doesn't say ever that I am happiness in me. Come on and take me home. The diamond doesn't say, take me home, I am a precious metal. You impose certain preciousness on it and you grab it. Another human being can impose, I shall make you happy. He will never tell you, if only you make me happy. I'll give you these things. Why? If you are in such a mood to give things, why don't you give to everybody? Why only one person? Just think of it. Just think of it. I'll build a palace for you. I'll take you around the world. For what? Okay, build a palace, take me around the world, leave me there and go. Then why should I build for you? Then why shall I take you around the world? Will you live with me in that house? Okay, I live with you in that house. You are in one room, I am in my room. Shall we say yes? Are you getting that point, please? Human beings only give you false promise, totally false promise. I shall make you happy. Nobody you can make happy unless you are happy with yourself. And if you want to make the other person really happy, point out to him your happiness. You are happy, I am happy. Then we stay together. Why? Fun. That is life. You are happy with yourself, I am happy with myself. But we stay together, we live together, we relate to each other. Whole world you can relate to. No problem. Because you are no more exploiting somebody for any reason. You are happy with yourself, the other person is happy with himself. You meet out of strength, no more searching for weakness. Atmanam atmana uttare. How? Let me not impose happiness on the object. If you impose that, you shall be drowning up and down. You are in a good mood, the whole world will look beautiful. You are in a bad mood, the whole damn world is stupid. Does it not happen? You are in a good mood. When you are in a good mood, how do you feel? Oh, the whole place is so colorful, so beautiful, so nice, so interesting. But you are in a bad mood, every fellow is a Rakshas here. They are all there to disturb me only. I see. Like your body. When your body you are healthy, summer you enjoy, winter you enjoy, spring you enjoy, rain you enjoy. Suppose you are fever. If you have fever, spring breeze also you will hate. Winter of course you will hate. Cold rain, you hate. Why? Because you are sick. So everything is uncomfortable for you. When you are very comfortable, if the road is good, any car, you don't feel bad because it takes you nice, smooth. Suppose the road is bumpy, in every car you will feel uncomfortable. However big or rich, big car, if your road of life is bumpy, everything you hate. When it's smooth ride, oh, you enjoy every moment. You want it, you get it. Think. That is why a person thinks, if I can be rich, whatever I want, I will get. Yes, your money can purchase you things, but remember, for the longest day of your life, it cannot purchase happiness. It can purchase you people, but never love and affection. It can purchase you food, but never the hunger, as they say. It can purchase you fantastic bed, but not sleep. The fulfillment you have to find out yourself. Uddharet atmanatma. Yoga rudatama sadhya samyak darshana nishtaya. How shall I do this? Samyak darshana nishtaya. Samyak darshana means seeing things as they are. A car is a car. It has usage. You can use the car, can't depend on a car. This is samyak drishti. Use the money, don't depend upon the money. Use a person, don't depend upon a person. Use objects, don't depend upon the objects. Here nothing is dependable. Somebody who shall say, I shall be always there to protect you, is telling you a lie. Nobody shall be there all the time. Nobody. That is why when you depend on people, the mortal should never promise. Are you getting that? The mortal should never promise. Alexander the Great, when he came here to India and carried so many things along with him. But on the way he fell sick and he was dying. So he begged and he doesn't have to beg, all his court physicians are there to heal him, take care of him. Then he says, please keep me alive, because I have given words to my mother. When I come back from India, I will see her. And the court physicians told him, O king, no mortal should promise. You never know when you shall return or not. That the IAS officer I was talking to, I was telling you about, the brain stroke pastor. Morning he left home to the office, come back. From the office he collected his salary, not even signed the thing, just took an advance. Afternoon goes to the meeting for the college. Sits down there, fell. straight to the hospital, dead. Somebody has taken the money from his pocket. And he has not signed the voucher, so the clerk in trouble. Will he come back to sign? He has gone from home to come back. How do you know he will come back? That is why when you are an immortal, don't promise. Do. Don't do. If you want to do something for somebody, do it now. Or forget. Tomorrow. A story within a story. Once, I'll come back to the other one. In Pandava's court, a poor man goes to Yudhishthira asking for some help. And he says, come tomorrow. The fellow very, miserable returning. What to do? The emperor says tomorrow. Bhima saw. Bhima, the second brother. He says, nobody goes unhappy from the court. He says, what happened to you? He said, Maharaj said, tomorrow I shall come and I need money today. Then there is a complaint bell. You ring that bell. If you have anything to complain to the king. Bhima started ringing. So naturally, the fellow who has to receive that, he comes back and says, Bhima himself. What can he say? He goes to the bell. Yudhishthira says, who is that? He said, Bhima. Call him. He said, what is that joke? What do you want? Maharaj, I want your permission to celebrate your victory over time. Yudhishthira got surprised. He said, what do you mean? My victory over time? What do you mean? He said, you told this man, he came for help from you today. You told him, come tomorrow. That means you are sure he will be there tomorrow. You are sure you will be there tomorrow. You are also sure that his kingdom will be there for tomorrow. Yudhishthira understood, gave immediate help and gift. Don't promise. A mortal has no right to promise. I'll give you happiness. Ask yourself, are you happy? No. What is your happiness I'll give you? If you give me, I will give you. That unspoken statement is a dangerous statement. Round the world, people don't recognize this. Everybody goes on promising others, I'll make you happy. Oh, I see. Ishvara. Better be honest. Anyway, then when Alexander goes back, he dies. But before he dies, he tells, when I die, when you are carrying my body in the street of Macedonia, put one of my hand outside the coffin. That's not the custom. He said, why? Everybody asked him, why? That's not the custom. Let people know Alexander the Great, who conquered half the earth, almost. Alexander the Great, who conquered half the earth, went empty-handed, could not carry anything. That is what it is. Samyak darshana nishtha. This is. See things as it is. Nothing shall give you security. Nobody can give it to you. You can use the object. You cannot depend upon the object. Yoga Arudhattam Asadhya. So with this type of right perception, you shall be Yoga Arudha. Yoga Arudha, riding the horse of the yoga, meaning you will abide in yourself. You will be happy with yourself. Having told this, how shall I do that? Let's read it. We shall see tomorrow morning. Sanyasta sarva karmani bhavavanda vimuktaye yatyatam panditei dhirei sanna atma bhyasa upastitei. We shall see that. Okay. Sanyasta sarva karmani. May you give up everything for some time and then go back into this looking at yourself. For some time you give it up. For some time. We'll see that. Close your eyes.